CPT820.com, where facts matter.
The following program, The Family Meeting, is sponsored by Polaris Insurance Agency and Eric Grant, and to the extent of their guests. The views and opinions expressed therein do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of NewsWeb Radio Company or its management.
This is Miss Lady B, La Boricua. Now it's time for the Family Meeting News.
Here are
A
real news
2016
highlights
study
from
estimates that
the
13.1
Family Meeting. The Supreme Court has denied Remington Arms Company's bid to block a lawsuit filed by the families of victims of the Sandy Hook school massacre. Remington had appealed to the highest federal court after the Connecticut Supreme Court allowed the Sandy Hook lawsuit to proceed back in March. The closely watched lawsuit has survived many legal twists and turns, repeatedly escaping bids by Remington to quash it. While the lawsuit initially centered on a claim of negligent entrustment or providing a gun to someone who plans to commit a crime with it, the case now hinges on how Remington marketed the gun. One of the plaintiffs is David Wheeler, whose 6-year-old son Ben was killed in the Sandy Hook shooting. Wheeler says that to him, the lawsuit is about responsibility, and he recalled one of the Remington's ads for a gun that carried the tagline, "Consider your man card reissued." What kind of society allows manhood to be defined in this way? Wow. And finally, a Texas prisoner who has long claimed his innocence in the murder of a woman 23 years ago was days away from his execution on Friday when an appeals court stepped in to suspend his death sentence indefinitely. The decision by the Court of Criminal Appeals in Texas halted the execution of the prisoner Rodney Reed and ordered the court where he was originally tried to consider new evidence in the case, including testimony from eyewitnesses who have come forward in recent months pointing toward the victim's fiancé as another suspect. The court's ruling came just hours after the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles had also supported halting the execution and recommended that Governor Greg Abbott grant a 120-day reprieve for Mr. Reed, 51, one of 215 prisoners on Texas's death row. For more info about Eric, Richard, and myself and any upcoming events, please visit our webpage, tfmradioshow.com. You can also find us all over social media. Be sure to go and like our Facebook page, The Family Meeting. Follow us on Twitter at TFM Radio Show, on Instagram, The Family Meeting. And you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Family Meeting Radio Show, where you can see us live streaming this broadcast right now. And to all of you who show us love each week, we say thank you. We so appreciate you. Are you looking to advertise your business and event you have coming up? Well, then become a cousin today. Send an email to info@tfmradioshow.com. I'm Teresa McDonald, and this has been your highlights for Sunday, November 17th. The Family Meeting Radio Show starts right now with your host, Eric Grant.
A 2016 study estimates that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft that year. Fight back against identity theft by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, keylogging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools, you will have helpful information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
Make a smart financial move for retirement. Make your retirement money into an IRA. Scheduled income. Support your dream. Explore investment options. Gain full control over your money. Give the money a chance for additional tax-deferred growth. How do you start? Call Polaris Wealth Management, the resource for IRA rollovers. Call 312-951-2606 or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Polaris Wealth Management is the resource for IRA rollovers. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. We help new retirees plan to protect their money. Securities offered through Line Street Financial LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Line Street Advisors LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Line Street are not affiliated.
This is David Martzall with the Center for Economic Progress, economicprogress.org. I listen to the family meeting.
This is Kamal Murray. Check us out at www.excesstennis.org. I listen to the family meeting.
Yeah, y'all. Welcome to the worldwide headquarters of the family meeting. When we gonna get Bill Curtis in here to do that for us, man?
I thought you were working on that.
I thought I was. I can't find Bill Curtis, man. I think he's on the pipe now somewhere.
Oh, man.
Bill Curtis out there bad. He retired and got out there bad, man.
It did.
Jesus.
Breaking Bad.
Jesus.
Welcome to the worldwide headquarters of the family meeting. I'm your boy E. In the space shuttle cockpit controlling everything today is my boy Devin, and Paul's there with him. Thanks, fellas. You guys, they're the best, man.
Yeah, they put it down.
Yes.
They keep it working.
They're
Because
keepers.
this place is a ragged-ass rust bucket, and they keep it running.
Yeah, they do.
Right. Tressa, thanks for doing the real news and that new voice you got going
You
on.
are.
She got that new voice thing going
I know.
on today, don't she?
It's
What did I
not
say earlier?
new.
Husky and
Yeah,
raspy.
I am getting over a cold.
Make me sound like the 805 guy. Remember Doug Banks?
Yeah.
And we all thought we were cool. We were driving down the road, and we tried to do the same thing.
Yeah.
We missed
It's the 805
Yeah.
guy, y'all. In case you don't remember Doug Banks, Google that. The
Yes,
805 guy.
yes.
Yeah, Berber. The black Asian dude is here. Richard Chu, what's up, man?
Hey, y'all. How you
Hey,
doing?
Richard. How are you
Tressa,
today?
glad you're
I
feeling
got
better.
some new fancy
Yeah.
headphones over there, too, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, get your Howard stuff on mine.
That's what I do, man. Like us on social media. We're all over the social media thing, the social media thing. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all those things.
The
thing.
Yeah,
the
the
thing.
Yeah, we don't quite know how to use it, but we are there. So, yeah, hit us up there. You should like us, follow us, all that stuff that they say do on those things. Do that. You can also email us at info@tfmradioshow.com or visit our webpage, tfmradioshow.com. Share your email address right in the middle of the page and join the family. You'll also find our archived broadcasts and our often requested music playlist. That was a impromptu piece of music there for Tressa and her news today.
It was impromptu.
I fit it in, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Come
I
here
loved
for
it.
Last damn minute, come in here with song stuff, man. Go to 2fmradioshow.com and become a member of the family. The family meeting is sponsored by Identity Guard. Take time to protect your ID for as little as $6 per month. That's $6 $1 bills. I know that one. See, I can do that math.
That's your
The
friend.
Identity Guard. Visit
That's your
lookaftermyid.com to learn more. Lookaftermyid.com is the place to go. Hey, man, the lines fill quickly, man. We got a lot to talk about today. The number is 773-763-9278, 773-763-9278. I was going through my list of things this morning because I do this on Sunday. I don't know if you guys noticed. Every Sunday, I kind of go through the week and I say, okay, this is all the craziness that happened this week, right? Because with all this going on in our world now, you forget sometimes what happened Monday.
Yeah.
And something crazy happened on Tuesday.
Because it just keeps rolling.
Yeah. It's normally instituted by the imbecile in the White House. But so I decided this week I wasn't going to try to remember. I was going to write it down, right?
Okay.
So apparently there's some British dude who's apologizing for playing grab ass with little girls with Epstein. That dude.
Oh, yeah.
Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew.
That dude, yeah. So he's like, oh,
Did he
shouldn't
really
have-
apologize? Because I didn't
he's-
watch the interview.
He's like he was
He should have
lamenting.
just shut up, trust
They
me.
said he should just shut up because he
shouldn't
was
have said anything.
just.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what a guilty person does, though. That's what they come out. My
That's
bad.
pretty much. That is right.
Running around playing
That's
grab
why
ass
that
with little
fool
girls.
study running his mouth because he guilty.
Right. Your boy Roger Stone, whose head I swear is shaped like a triangle.
It is. And his son, Trey Gowdy, you know.
That's his son?
I'm just
You know,
playing.
what's the-
Triangle head dude, man.
Trey followed just after his
I was
daddy.
looking at that dude, man. So he's got this crazy blonde hair thing going on, and the tattoos, and
And the penguin glasses.
Yeah.
He just looks like
and all
mess.
these creepy-looking
He is
people
creepy.
have crept up out of under these rocks.
Yeah.
They
got
gotta
a
find a
dude
place
with a
to
head
be.
like a triangle who's going to go to jail now.
It's going to be shaped like some other things, and
Yeah.
Bubba and
Don't-
Skillet get hold of him.
He's going to get sentenced. Whether or not he goes is going to be another issue. We know.
And he might not get much time either way it goes, but that's how it goes.
And you know he's got a tattoo of Nixon on his back, right?
Yeah. The impeachment stuff
Yeah,
went on
that's
this week.
just weird.
That's a spectacle in and of itself. Your boy Deval Patrick from Massachusetts decided he wants to run
Jump
for
in the
president
race.
too.
Yep.
Yeah, he's from
did.
Chicago,
Yep.
by the way. At least he claims it. At least
You
there's
know
another school
what?
shooting.
Yeah.
Another
school
school
shooting.
shooting.
An
Yeah.
apologist.
This is all just 1 week, by the way.
Yeah.
And then there was a shooting right outside of a school. I guess it was this happened here in Chicago.
There you go.
Yep.
There was one in New Jersey too at a football game. So there's
Yep.
school shootings going on. Then you got Helmet Gate, where his brother tries to clock this dude with his helmet.
With his helmet.
He snatched his
During-
helmet
Miles
off.
Garrett. That was
During a game.
That was off the chain.
Not like he was going to do that
Yeah.
in private. He did it during
if you
a game.
saw that in real time, you were kind of like, what did
just
I
happened?
just see?
Let me tell you a quick story.
Okay.
When I was playing football in high school, one dude, there's a fight broke out, right?
Yeah.
And one dude took off his helmet, and he got clocked right in the middle of the face with it.
Wow.
First off, why is your
would you
ass
take-
walking around with a helmet off in the middle of a fight in a football game?
Right.
But it was like pank, and
but
he
he
went down.
took his own helmet off and hit him with it.
Yeah, that's what you get, man. You had Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the NFL tried to give him the okie doke. So
Yeah,
he,
they did.
He gave it back to him.
Sure
yeah,
did.
he did.
He had a Kunta Kinte shirt on too, by the
You
way.
know what?
And you know who stepped up for my boy?
Who?
Megan Rapinoe, the soccer player.
Really?
Oh yeah, she was
Well,
giving
you
her
know
speech,
what?
and she basically
they
said
won their court case too.
she
this
said,
week.
"Hey, I wouldn't be here were it not for Cap."
You know what? My hat is off to Cap and his legal team
Yeah.
for recognizing that.
Yep.
They was trying to put him in a straight trick bag.
Yes, they
Yeah,
were.
make him shine funny papers and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But he okey doked him a little bit, and he's standing on principle.
Yes,
so
he is.
I think he's indifferent about whether he gets to play because the principle's more important. You
Yeah.
got to admire him for that.
He said, I've been denied for 3 years. No, he said, I've been ready for 3 years, and I've been denied for 3 years.
Then ready and denied. That's right. The Texas tried to kill another man this week who might be innocent.
Yep. Again.
Yeah, because Texas
What's
is
with
number one in
Texas?
killing people.
Because Texas is crazy.
Texas wants to kill folk, and they be guilty. I mean, not guilty half the time.
They don't
gotta-
care, right? Hey, by the way, this is a prime example of if you wonder about what it's like to walk around as a black man.
That
one-
we
one
just
of-
named, yeah.
One of the things I don't do right now, if I can avoid it, is be anywhere alone with a white woman.
Yeah.
Don't do it, man.
Anywhere.
Because all she got to do is say I did something, and I'm like that dude all of a sudden.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
That's our reality as black men.
Well, that goes to my story about what happened in Denver. I mean,
Right.
had it not been for a moment of me just being patient and keeping my mouth shut, when I really had all the right to do and say, yeah, I might not be here.
That's right. So, and this dude, he was kicking it with an old girl apparently, and it cost him 20 plus years now.
That's crazy.
Ain't it? Ain't it?
Totally.
Yeah. So, I probably didn't even get it all.
No,
No.
you didn't.
No.
You
but,
didn't.
But what I want to do, though, is bring in my man now, Cannon Lambert. Y'all know Cannon, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
My
absolutely.
man. Cannon Lambert. What's up, Cannon Lambert? How you doing, bud?
Hey, hi. How was everybody doing?
Good. Did we wake you up, man? You in the bed or what, man?
Not at all. Not at all. I was looking forward to being on with you all. I'm
Yeah,
glad
see?
to have Marcus Riley with me, too.
Marcus Riley. So listen, man, we didn't get a chance to talk before the broadcast. So why don't you contextualize this? Because I know you got a lot of cases going on, but this one was of particular interest for me. Tell me what you got going on. Hey, what's up, Marcus? How you doing, man?
How's it going? I'm glad you guys have us. I appreciate the platform for sure.
Good, man. Good. I'm glad to have you, man. And sorry if we're silly today, but let's do this thing, all right? Tell me what's going on, Ken.
Yeah, no, this one, you know, you wish that it had never happened, but at the same time, you're not altogether surprised given the atmosphere that's kind of coming from 1600 down. But the long and short of it is that the Naperville 18 is what we're referring to them as. It's a group of young kids from 5 to 12 being coached by Marcus and others. They go to a Buffalo Wild Wings in Naperville, and they're looking to have a meal after a couple of basketball games. And they were approached and asked to move because of the color of their skin, because it was a white couple that didn't want to sit near black people. And I know that Marcus is really in a great position to kind of give you the details about how all that transpired. But yes, that's in essence, in a nutshell, what took place.
So they exposed these children to their vile racism.
Yeah, it's really, really it's disturbing, because not only do you have two people that that they're within the cesspool of racism themselves, but the institution itself, the commercial entity, helped to foster an environment where it could fester. So that's really what we take issue with. You can't fix two sick human beings, but there's no way in the stream of commerce we should be subjected to that type of thing.
So, Marcus, your response, my response is to make people feel threatened. I know I shouldn't do that, but I know Cannon, so I can get out of trouble. But what was your response to these things?
You're right. Cannon is a real good ally, but our response was just, obviously, like Cannon said, we had kids. I had kids that, ages 5 and 12. So my response to it was just, doing the right thing, observing what was going on at the time, and just trying to get out that situation as safe as possible and make the most sense of it. Like I said, wearing that hat as a leader and a mentor was my mentality at that point. And it was just making sure that everybody was okay. And we went somewhere that was ultimately appreciated us as a race, as black people, as a group, as a party. That was what I was thinking at the time.
In faced with those situations as black men, we're oftentimes forced to swallow our pride and move on, because we fear that, okay, they'll call their authority and we end up getting harmed. Did that cross your mind at all?
Absolutely. So, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually felt that I didn't follow my pride. I felt very prideful walking out that restaurant that night, October 26th, and I explained that to the kids, like, hey, listen, this is us as black people making a decision, not being told what to do, not having the authorities called. This is us making a decision to spend our money in a place that either appreciates us or doesn't appreciate us. Obviously, they didn't want to accommodate us because of who we are, but we rose higher as people, as coaches, as leaders, as children. We rose higher than that occasion than what Buffalo Wild Wings could provide that night, and we chose otherwise. So it was a powerful moment, because I think not only the kids seeing that, they get to witness that, hey, we as people, as black kids and black men, have options. We just got to exercise those options in the right way.
That's a shame. So what do you tell the kids in the moment? I mean, I know there's probably a lot of follow-up conversations you've had, but what do you tell them in the moment? That's probably a lot of them, their first chance to really experience someone being racist towards them.
Absolutely, and that's my biggest push. Like, these kids are. I'm 32 years old. I've never experienced racism in an establishment up until that point. I mean, outside or whatever, I've had it before, but not in an establishment, and especially in that manner that just was expressed that night. But with the kids, it's just constant conversation. I mean, they had a lot of questions as we were walking out that night. Coach, are we getting kicked out? Coach, why don't they like us? Coach, what's going on? Coach, did we do anything? So having those conversations was tough. Obviously, I don't know if I can't say I explained it to the best of their ability, because they're 5 and 12. I mean, how can they understand racism when they've never experienced something like that? It doesn't make sense to them. So just having that repeated conversation and just telling them, like, hey, we weren't in the wrong. This is what it is. Obviously, we have a couple that doesn't appreciate us as people. We're making the choice to leave the restaurant and go somewhere else that can appreciate us and what we stand for. And, as simple as that. But like you said, it's constant conversation every day, because now you have kids questioning every time they walk in the restaurant, is somebody going to treat them in that manner?
Yes.
Questioning every time they wake up. They wake
yes.
up. They go to predominantly white schools. So everything now from here on out is they're questioning it. These people like me. Am I wanted here? Is it okay to be here?
Yeah.
So just open dialogue for them. And I always say, look, we can always have a conversation.
Yeah.
We can always talk through it, because they're going to face this day in and day out. ever since October 26th. They're going to look at this for the rest of their life.
Yeah. Well, this is the place for open dialogue. We got to take a break now. But when we come back, let's talk more about, where the conversation goes now and the fact that we're not eating no more Buffalo Wild Wings.
No, not at all.
No, the hell with them. They can kick rocks.
And everybody that I know that goes to them, I'm going to drop this in their lap.
Yeah. So you guys hold on a second. We're going to take a break and come back to you, all right?
You bet.
All right. My man Cannon, boy. Yeah. You got to get to Cannon.
You asked the question that the children, I want to know if they actually knew what happened. What
based on their
happened,
questions,
and what was their
abusive.
response?
It's just abusive.
I want to know that, because hearing that, and if they actually recognize that, that's going to make me so angry that they had to be exposed to that.
All right, the number is 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of The Family Meeting.
TTY at naturesrootedwisdom.com. Keep listening to Family Meeting.
Mom, Dad, let's talk. It seems like only yesterday your parents were offering you advice, but now you could be in a position to help them. Do they have a plan? How would they handle a long-term care event? Are they prepared emotionally and financially for the future? Starting those conversations can be challenging. Call Polaris Insurance Agency and we'll send you the Let's Talk guide free of charge. Call 888-355-7154. Again, 888-355-7154.
This is Richard Chu, owner of First Capital Insurance Group, and my message is do what is doable. We each have a different measure of financial success. My mission is to help you define your financial goals in light of a realistic budget and time horizon. I want you to have a great year and a great life, but we have to keep it real. Is your retirement plan giving you the protection, interest rate, and cash you'll need in retirement? If you've had issues with your 401k, IRA, or other financial programs, give us a call. We have proven solutions and we can help. My direct number is 312-243-3907. Let's talk soon, or visit my website, firstcig.com. That's the number 1, stcig.com.
A basic and essential part of any financial plan is savings. Most of whatever cash you have will be there because you put it there, not necessarily because of some fancy investment. Now with Save and Plan, Polaris has introduced a way for you to get empowering financial advice. Save and Plan is simple. Just sign up to save on a systematic monthly basis directly from your account and gain access to a planner and our planning services. Once you sign up to save, Polaris will help you develop a customized financial plan and give you a real person to speak with. Your dedicated planner is just an email or phone call away. Save and Plan offers empowering advice for everyone. Visit us at polarisadvice.com and call us today at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Save and Plan, empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA, and SIPC Investment Advisor Services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
Just kick a little something for them cars that be bumping.
Yeah, all right, but we need a beat that they can front to. Oh, that'll work. Be funky. You know what I'm saying? Cars ride with the human system. Cars ride with the human system. Funky. All the cars out there and all the brothers. I like the front they ride. Check it out. You know it's funky.
This is Sue Myers, founder of Indivisible South Suburban Chicago. Welcome back to the Family Meeting.
Yeah, y'all. The number is 773-763-9278. We got my man, Get the Cannon Lambert on the line with Marcus Riley. We're talking about an incident that you may have heard about on the news at the Buffalo Wild Wings. I shouldn't even say their names. That's like promotion.
Yeah, don't.
Y'all got some nasty wings. How about that? That fixes that up, right? Joe, nasty wings. Your fries are soggy too.
And your bathrooms are nasty.
Yeah.
Your sign is all raggedy.
I listen. I'm hurt. I'm not even going to lie to you all. I'm sitting here seething in my hurt.
Tressa, when Marcus spoke about what one of the children said, don't they like us?
Why don't they like us?
Why don't they like us? I drew up on that one.
What did we do wrong? What did the kids
What did we do
say?
wrong?
So this happened back in October, right, guys? Late
October 26th.
October 26th is when it took place. Yeah.
Okay. So my concern now is, my concern is for you too, Marcus, but for the children especially, once they're exposed to this vile behavior, I mean, you know, I don't even think counseling can do anything because all of society points in that same direction. Everything they see around them, all of a sudden they're able to attach a sentiment to that. How are you guys dealing with the children now?
It's hard, man. It's hard. Like I said, it's got to be constant communication. Two of those kids are my kids, and you know, I'll be honest with you. Like I told them, every day you're gonna wake up as a black boy, and one day you'll wake up as a black man, and it is what it is. But you know, the first couple of days, and even now, the first couple of days was a real struggle. Even now, is a real struggle. Because how do you get them to understand that it's such a delicate situation when we talk about kids, and like my kids in general, man, like, you know, they wake up with questions. They wake up hurt. Their friends were hurt. My son was even asking, like, you know, how was his friends doing? And I don't know if you seen the press conference. One of my children actually was crying, like real tears during the press conference. Like it's a lot for him to.
It's traumatic. They've been traumatized.
And there's so many layers to this too, right? Because, you know, we as African American people have to know that we have to learn to deal with this. We've got to teach our kids that we have to deal with it. But it's one thing to deal with bigotry on a one-on-one. It's another thing when it's sanctioned by institutions we spend our money with.
Yes.
And it's one of the reasons why I'm so disturbed by what took place. I know that there are bigots out there. You know, I raised my kids to know and understand that that's the case. There are good people and there are bad people. That's the reality. But I don't want to go to a place and have to spend my money and know that I'm going to be mistreated. And I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, I look at Marcus, and I'm so, frankly, I'm so impressed by the way that he dealt with things. Because, Eric, to your point, so many people would be so upset they'd want to, you know, they'd throw them things, you know what I mean? So it's like, instead of that, what you're talking about is you're recognizing the fact that you've got young kids you have to show, you've got to set an example for it. And he did that. You also appreciate the fact that you could have this turn into a situation where you end up in handcuffs, and he avoided that. He held them accountable at the moment that racism showed itself. He did that. So there's all these things that he had to do, and he had to do it on the spur of the moment, and he did it, and he did it all right. And now he continues to do it right, because as you and I know, we all feel like he should be vindicated. But instead of looking at himself, what he's looking to do is he's trying to make it better for everybody, because he's looking to hold these folks accountable. That's why we're trying to make sure that we can look at making them make changes about when they hire, when they screen people that they're looking to hire. We want to see whether or not they're going to do something about that, so that you don't even bring this sort of thing into the public space.
So tell me, Cannon, about the institutional response. What's Buffalo Wild Wings corporate or the local franchise or whatever they are? How are they responding to all this?
Or is the municipality? Sorry, Cannon. This is Richard. And is the municipality at all involved in the response?
So, you know, I think what happened is that they did what you traditionally will see. As soon as it came out into the media, what they did is they announced that they were apologetic and that they don't, you know, they abhor this type of behavior. And then they banned the person for life. The problem that I have currently is that as much as you say that you ban the person...
Wait, hold on a second.
They banned the people?
They banned the couple that made the complaint that they didn't want to say. No. They fired the employees.
Okay, so that employee can go work someplace else, and these folks can go over to Applebee's now and terrorize somebody.
Well, here, again, when I say so many layers to this, I really mean it. If you look at the white couple that said they didn't want to sit next to black people, okay, what the institution has said is that they have banned that person for life. But when you ask yourself what that means, it means you've got to know who that individual is. Do you know the name of that person? No, you don't. Why? Because that person's identity is being protected. And so if you don't know the name of that person, that means that the likelihood of other Buffalo Wild Wings employees knowing the name of that person is very low, which means they can't then keep that person out, can they? You got to know who that person is. And so, what we're going to be looking to do is hold Buffalo Wild Wings accountable for some of the things that they've been talking about that they've already done. And then we want to see some systematic changes take place. And so, they really do. They have a real opportunity right now to be fantastic examples of what corporate citizenry should look like. It's just a question of whether or not, they have the fortitude to actually take that mantle.
Yeah, okay, so you would think that they would jump bad right away and take that high road, but are you saying that Buffalo Wild Wings corporate hasn't stepped up?
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that there's a script that you see that's applied anytime these sorts of situations happen. You see they'll send out a press release that says we abhor this behavior and we're inclusive. Well, the thing is that they also say we hate that this alleged incident happened. Well, this is not an alleged incident. This is a confirmed event. Okay, you know it's a confirmed event because they fire 2 of their employees. You don't fire employees unless there's cause. You know that the cause was that they supported and they allowed this festering bigotry to take hold. And you shouldn't have asked 18 people already sitting down at their tables who were already being served and had ordered food to get up because a white couple doesn't want to sit near black people. You know that shouldn't happen. So you can't call it alleged, number one. You have to identify it as a confirmed event. In addition to that, you have to make sure that when you're dealing with saying that you're going to terminate somebody, that you're terminating the right people, they sent the person who let this group home. The group was made aware of the fact that this white couple didn't want to sit near black people by the host. And they sent that host home, and they wrote him up. Right. So, I mean, the bottom line is that you have to be in a better position to deal with this sort of thing. What should have happened is that couple should have been asked to leave. That couple shouldn't have, frankly, even been allowed to be there. What we've come to learn, what we know for a certainty because the police report is now out, but the white man that asked for the group of 18 to move has swastikas all over his body, had threatened to kill black people with an AK-47 long before the day that this incident happened. And yet they still invited that in. And I'm just saying that when you can't be shocked when you do those sorts of things when bigotry flares in this fashion, but you certainly shouldn't feed it.
Marcus, you big dude, man.
I'm telling you, Marcus,
man,
I just...
old boy got tattoos and stuff, man. I'd have knocked his fries off the table or something.
Marcus, I'm going to jump in here before you respond. But, hey, man, listen, praises to you for all the things that Cannon said that you did in the moment and with just the ability for you to handle that at 32. Big praises out to you, bro.
I appreciate it all.
I hear the response, the municipal, because Richard asked about the municipal response. I hear the mayor of Naperville came back with some sort of half-ass comment about we all need to come back together as a country.
He kick rocks too.
Yeah, they all can kick. That's
how true is that, Cannon?
So again, you appreciate the fact that there's a comment that acknowledges that this should never happen, but it's got to go past that, right? It's got to go toward what are we going to do to stop this sort of thing from happening. It's one thing to say that this was wrong, that the Naperville 18 should not have been exposed to this, they should not have been made to deal with this. It's another thing to say, and we're going to do X, Y, and Z to make sure that it's reduced from now on, eliminated ultimately.
Yeah.
And so what I look at is, what are you going to do? First, you have to acknowledge that there was, that you've got a problem. You've got a systemic problem. And we know if you look at Buffalo Wild Wings and you look at what's going on with them,
this
there
isn't
are
the
all
first
kinds of
time.
examples.
Yep.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. And they don't really care.
There are all kinds of examples of them having issues on this front. Right, you have situations like, for example, in Kansas City, there was an African American cook that had been working at the Buffalo Wild Wings for probably, I think it was about 12 or 13 years, and ultimately speaking, because of the environment, he was made to leave because what they were doing. He complained about it. The servers in Kansas City would not serve black patrons because they said that blacks tip poorly. And he finally got fed up with it, and he made it known. There was in Cincinnati, Ohio, there was a female African American employee who was subjected to racist jokes and comments and harassment, and then she was threatened that if she complained about it, she'd be terminated. In Palmdale, California, there was a white server who made a remark to four African Americans sitting at her table. You guys are going to have to give me a credit card before I'll serve you because you people have left run off on me before. So we know that, I mean, there's a multitude of other examples. And I'm just saying, look, you know, right now what Buffalo Wild Wings is saying is that they're prepared to meet with us and they're prepared to make some changes. That, I think, is a good thing. You acknowledge the fact that you've got a problem. But the changes that you make you've got to make them overt. Right, you got to hold yourself accountable to those changes, and you have to let the public hold you accountable to those changes.
Absolutely.
So it's got to be. It can't be under cover of darkness. The changes that they make, we want to make sure that they're things that we can see ourselves, so that we can feel comfortable going to Buffalo Wild Wings. We should be able to go just like anybody else. We spend our money just like everybody else, and we want to do so in an environment that's welcoming to us.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Eric, you always make the case about the business case for something. There was a business case here for Buffalo Wild Wings to do the right thing. You got 18 patrons ready to pay as opposed to these 2 that are paying. But you would kick the 18 people out for these 2. That's crazy.
Just
to
in
me.
that simple that's a simple business case. 18 versus 2. So it says a lot about the institution. It says a lot about the organization. And Cannon, I don't know the answer to this. I was trying to look it up while you were talking. But what's the now, it's my understanding that Buffalo Wild Wings, are they franchise-owned restaurants, or is there a corporate involvement behind this that goes to okay.
Yeah, so that's a great point, right? I mean, in terms of Buffalo Wild Wings, you've got 1,238 total Buffalo Wild Wings in the states, if I'm not mistaken, and the vast majority, it's about 600 and I want to tell you it's like 638 that are corporate.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's about, no, I'm sorry, I take that back. It's about 625, if I'm not mistaken, that are directly owned by the company. And then there's another 610 or 12
that are franchises. Was this location franchised?
I'm sorry?
Was this location in Naperville a franchise?
I believe that it was a corporate store, but I don't want to tell you that definitively.
Okay.
I'm looking to confirm that myself. But what I would say is that in order to be a franchisee, meaning you hold the franchise rights because the franchisor, Buffalo Wild Wings,
absolutely,
you have to comport with and comply with their standards, their rules and regulations, right?
Attitudes reflect leadership.
or they can take away your franchise. Right.
Very true.
It's irrelevant to me that there are, because like I said, there's 625 owned by the corporation and then another 612 that are owned by franchisees. It's irrelevant. All of them need to be subjected to changes, and that's one of the things that I know Marcus is very strong about. He wants to see changes, not just in the Chicagoland area, not just in the state of Illinois, but countrywide. They need to make sure they do everything they can to stamp out this type of thing. This should not be something that can happen anymore.
Cannon, how many of those franchises, well, you may not know this yet, are black-owned?
Well, we do, unfortunately, and as I understand it, there's only 3.
Oh.
Where are they located?
In Atlanta, D.C., and something like that.
In Texas, for example, you've got 100 locations in Texas. There's 92 locations that are in California. There's 80 locations that are in Ohio. There's 72 in this state that are here all throughout the state. So you've got, you look at the major population centers, and you've got substantial numbers of Buffalo Wild Wings there. And, when it comes down to it, I think what happens to us oftentimes is that we are put in a position where we have no choice but to use our economic might in a way that forces folks to do something, i.e. boycott and so forth. I'm saying to Buffalo Wild Wings right now, you have a chance right now to say you're going to do some things voluntarily so that you don't put people in a position where they have to feel that way. And I think that in the event that they do that, not only will they do themselves a favor, but they'll also act as an exemplar for other corporations, because ultimately what we want is we want to see a big change systematically throughout all businesses. We know this sort of thing goes on, but we want to make sure that it stops.
Well, the systematic change I'd like to see is them to have more black franchisees. That's what I'd like to see.
That's a business case.
Yeah. To push that envelope.
Well, I don't think we disagree with you in any way, shape, or form. But let's talk about, not everybody's going to own a franchise.
Yeah.
Right. But at any given time, somebody might walk through those doors.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be seated in a colored section.
Right. Yeah.
Right? I mean, we're not going back to. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
all right, Jones.
On a granular level, I say, listen, we definitely shoot big, but we have to deal with the granular aspects of it too.
Yeah.
The granular aspects of what hits everybody every day.
Yeah. All right, we got to take this break, man. And I want to get to the point where we're talking about the impact on kids, because I think our society is abusing children far too often in these microaggressions. And this is why I wouldn't characterize it as micro, is another instance where we've abused children. Yeah. Let's talk about that when we get back. All right, Cal?
Yep.
All right, y'all. The number is 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
Hello, this is Dr. John Artis from Health on Earth Wellness Centers. You can visit us at www.healthonearth.org. Keep listening to the Family Music.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. All benefits are subject to policy definitions, limitations, and exclusions. For details, visit qualityoflifeinsurance.com.
Traditionally, it's taken many kinds of insurance to give you security. Quality of Life Insurance is changing all that. It can provide life insurance, protect against disability, and provide benefits if you suffer a serious illness or injury and survive.
To find out more, contact the Polaris Insurance Agency. Visit polarisadvice.com or call 312-951-2606 to learn about how we can help you make a plan for your future. That's 312-951-2606.
Hey Chicago, are you always on the go? Take the new Shy 311 app with you to find the information that you need, submit non-emergency city service requests, and much more. Download the new Shy 311 app, built with Chicagoans for Chicagoans. That's Shy 311 on the App Store or Google Play, or check it out online at 311.chicago.gov. Stay informed with Shy 311. It's your gateway to Chicago services.
The reason that it's important to advertise on the Family Meeting is that we have an economical way of reaching a great audience. One could say it's not cheap, but what we like to say is that it's an effective buy for a business or an individual who wants to reach a quality audience. The reason that it's important or a good place to advertise is that our cousins love to patronize. I'm Richard Chu, also known as Bad, the Black Asian dude with the Family Meeting. For more information on advertising on the Family Meeting, you can reach us at info@tfmradioshow.com. That's info@tfmradioshow.com. You can also contact us at area code 708-794-6444, 708-794-6444.
On this little Caesar, the bitch please, check it. Yo, I be buying V's, so all my girls be eyeing C's. Coming backstage, dying to get pleased. You got me, I rock the Versace and linen. While you spot me grinning with a bunch of foxy women. While you speedball with cars, that's the valley. I get clothes custom made from a stylist. Cruise in my Lexus land with no malice. While you walk the street until your feet get callous. Take you on the natural high like a pallet.
Yeah, y'all. So I'm through with those snotty old soggy old Buffalo Wild Wings.
I'm gonna tell you a story, and this is a true story. It's not really a true story. I mean, it is a true story, but it's not really a story. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings one time, and I knew from that one time that this was not an establishment that I wanted to return to. I was not treated like I felt like I should be treated as a patron, as a customer. And it was just overly chaotic with the way the whole shebang was run. So I was like, no. Maybe I felt a little something underlying, but I've never went back to a Buffalo Wild Wings.
I've never been in one, had no plans of going in one, but I'm sorry, E, go ahead.
Hey, Ken and Marcus, let's talk about the children, man. That's my main concern here. So what do we do now? And this might be a global question for society overall. When our children are faced with such abuse, and so they'll carry this through high school and the rest of their lives. And how do you can't unwind it because society points to this everywhere they look. What do we do now?
Marcus, you there?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I think the first step is to obviously spread awareness. I think that's what we're trying to do right now. Is we need to be aware. Everybody needs to be aware that not only racism, but it's still alive. It still is among us. At this point right now in 2019, it's among our children, toddlers included. So nobody's exempt from this, right? We've experienced this. We've had this. We felt this. We gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. And is there a proactive way that we could get this from not happening? I don't know. I don't have an answer to that. But we need to make sure that the youth is aware of what's going on and how to handle these situations. Because I'm not confident that if you put a teenage black, young adult or somebody of that nature in that situation, how that turns out. Like Kenneth said, we end up behind bars or we end up as an angry black man. So we have to educate our children, our youth. Like, from at this point, you got to start at the toddler age. You got to start explaining this stuff early so we can know how to navigate through these situations. So we can always end up on the right side of it and not the wrong.
But you know what, Marcus? No white family has to do that.
Thinking the same thing.
Why do we?
Those young men should have been asking you questions about, how something about their homework, something about, anything other than that.
Basketball, sports, or whatever.
Right, but to have to ask that question.
Now the clock is fed up. Yep.
And this is the point, and I just want to make this as in the bigger picture. When Eric talks about economic, social violence, racial violence, all the violences that are thrown upon us, this is where most white families in America, and I can say this and not have to apologize for saying most, don't understand what black people talk about when we say we have to deal with this every day, all day. Just this question, white families don't have to deal with this. There weren't any white families of 18 in that same restaurant they were asked to get up and leave by a black family or a black couple that didn't like the fact that they were white. So I want white America, when the question is asked, what do we do about our children? I want white America to stop and say, you know what, that's absolutely right.
Good luck with that.
That statement that Marcus just made, their clock was sped up. In that moment,
in terms of them having to deal with
those children were just their childhood was just robbed from them,
taken away.
You know what though, as bad as that is, and it's bad, but Cannon and Marcus, this is bad. I think what's even more insidious are the microaggressions that these children face every day, and I've observed it myself. You've got a white teacher sitting in front of a mixed class, and the white kid acts up, and then the teacher asks him to please sit down, but the black kid acts up and they threaten him.
Yeah, he gets sent to the principal's office.
Well, now, like to your point. Well, now Well, now you look at these kids that went through that, at Buffalo Wild Wings right now they look at all of that stuff in a magnifying glass now, right? Because that's all they can think about now. So
it's all amplified for them.
It's all amplified. You question it every time somebody says something to you or why somebody's doing, whatever they might be doing to you. So you're always in doubt. You're always wondering now.
But rightfully so, though, right? Rightfully so, right?
Absolutely, rightfully so. All the purity that you have on October 25th.
Thank you. Cannon,
this goes to, I mean, we're all saying the same thing to each other because we know this is in our lives all the time. This goes to the whole conversation about if America wants to run around and talk about how great of a country it is, it needs to fix this crap first.
So, but I'll say this to you, though. I definitely hear where you're coming from, Rich. I get where you're coming from.
Hey, Cannon, you sound far away, man. Where'd you go?
Uh-oh. I'm sorry. Is this better at all?
Much better.
You in that ragged ass car, man?
Oh,
man.
I'm sorry.
Driving with the windows down.
No, I would just say this. I understand, the desire to see other people understand what we deal with. But to your point, Eric, you won't understand what it's like unless you understand what it's like, if you know what I'm saying. And so what I think really we have to do is make sure that our babies know that this is a reality and that they have the equipment necessary to deal with those sorts of microaggressions you're talking about in ways that don't hurt them. Mm-hmm. Because if we don't teach our kids how to manage these situations, our kids continue on that pipeline to where?
Prison.
Yeah. Where they want them to be.
And that's real. That's real. Because, if someone calls you out of your name, what do we say? Well, I'm going to buck you in your face. Right? I'm gonna
grab your football helmet and hit you in the face with it.
Somebody called you, the N-word, and you hit them, and now you've committed a battery, and you can go to jail for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, yes, there is a statute that says that you can assault someone, and there's, there's hate crime statutes and so forth, and
but why have to go through that? Yeah.
That doesn't get prosecuted. So I'm saying, I think you start at A in the alphabet, and A in the alphabet is making sure that your own children understand what you're dealing with. And then you find allies where you have them. Listen, I think Marcus can talk to you about how when they were walking out, there were other customers, white customers, who had seen this, and they were appalled by it. And listen, they may not necessarily understand it in full, but they appreciate that this is wrong. And so when you've seen allies, you accept those allieships.
Yeah, but how allied were they, Cannon? They still stayed at 8. Did they just leave?
Here's the reality of it. There are a lot of people that don't know what to do when the moment hits.
True.
Right? I mean, it's like if you watch that show, what would you do? Okay, you'll see a parent yelling and screaming at a child or something, or threatening a child, and people look, they're in shock. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to react because they're not prepared. And so what I'm saying is that as much as I appreciate where you're coming from, you're right that they may have stayed there. But to those who said my actions, the only way I know how to show you support is I'm going to hug you. The only way I know how to show you support is I'm crying because I see what I see, right? Then I'm going to accept that allyship at the moment that it's offered and going forward. But I'm also going to challenge it. I'm going to say to all those people who say that they support people being treated fairly, that when you see instances where it's not right, then show your support. Maybe you stand up next to them.
Yep.
Maybe you say something.
Yep.
Activism doesn't have to take the same shape all of the time. If you stand behind me and show your support in that way, now I'm not alone.
Yeah, and that dude Cannon's a bad dude, ain't he? Marcus, you got the right attorney, man.
Yes,
Cannon's a bad dude.
Yeah. I would like to get a forum together for all of those customers that were there that witnessed this.
You know what we should do? We should all go in there and have our forum in Buffalo Wild Wings, and everybody order a glass of water.
What time of day was it? What would be great to do is for us to get 18 other black men or women and go to that same location at the approximate time that Mr. Swastika shows up.
And order some water.
Mr. Swastika can't come back no more, so they say.
So they say.
So that's a moot point. But I would like to have a forum together with all of the people that were there that witnessed this, because I want to know what they plan on doing going forward.
Well, Tressa, part of I'm with you on that, and this is kind of a.
Have you talked to any of them, Cannon?
Yeah,
the people that witnessed.
I was going to ask. Yeah.
So, we have been reaching out, and we've made contact with some people, and we're going to, over time, we're looking to have a series of conversations with Buffalo Wild Wings so that we can figure out what they see their role in fixing this is, share with them what we think their role is in fixing this, and then, we'll see how things kind of progress. But I do know, like I said, think about this. Marcus isn't even 35 years old. He's not even 35 years old. But he has the foresight to say that I know for certain this is the type of thing that is happening more than just once. And I'm going to subjugate my own personal interests for the greater good.
Yeah.
And instead of saying, I'm going to file right now, he's wanting to talk to these folks, change their business practices, and hold them accountable.
Yeah. Yeah, this is Starbucks all over again.
You bad dude, Marcus.
Yeah, bro.
You
Marcus,
bad dude,
I'm
man.
telling you, man.
Hey, man, how's the basketball team doing, by the way?
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. The basketball team. Actually, we played some games this morning. Actually, I just finished up right now, and they're doing well. We just kicked off the season about 2 weeks ago. We're undefeated right now.
Right.
They just finished up football. They won the state championship, and they're on their way to Florida at the beginning of December. So these kids are special. They're a good group of kids. They're positive right now. Although the events happen to happen, they're always positive. We're working through that day by day. But I'm blessed to have such a special group of kids. And
Cannon, give
look up to me.
Cannon, give Marcus my number, man. We want to come to the games.
Yeah.
I will do that.
And
Absolutely.
give us some information, Marcus. I'm sure this is not like a sponsored team. Maybe we can do some support in that manner.
Yeah, raise some money for y'all.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, this is the first year that I actually that would be a blessing. This is the first year I actually started my own program. I had my kids actually playing in other programs, and then this year I had so many kids and so much involvement from parents and the community that I decided to start my own league. And this is my first year going solo, so that would be a blessing. I think the kids.
You should tell them now. And maybe they'll put it on their.
Wait. Can y'all hold on through the news to the next hour?
Marcus might. I unfortunately have to sneak away. My son is having a recognition. He was in the state championships for cross country.
Oh,
way to
go.
Take after his Uncle Eric, don't he? Take after his Uncle Eric.
Well,
My
go
man.
ahead and give us some information.
Marcus will stay on with you.
Yeah, Marcus, stay on. We want to hear some more, man. Figure out if we can raise some money. We're going to throw it in their face. You're going to have a well-funded team when we finish.
Yes.
How's that?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Cannon, we
Thanks,
love
Cannon.
you.
We love you, man. Thank you so much.
Listen, God bless you all. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You bet, man. Hey, Marcus, you hold on a second, all right, man?
Yep, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, let's turn this thing around.
Yeah.
And show them how it's supposed to
be.
Thank you.
Right. That's right.
Thank you.
Right, because y'all can't be terrorizing our children.
No.
We ain't turning another cheek.
No.
I'd have knocked the fries off the table.
Somebody.
Punk, what? The tattoos and stuff, Mr. Punk?
I am just appalled.
You want me to move, Punk?
They
Really?
let this happen.
No, I'm not even going to knock them. I'm going to eat your fries in front of you.
This is squarely on Buffalo Wild Wings. Squarely.
They had all the power to make this right.
Yeah.
To
They had all the
redirect
power
it
to even stop this when he was coming.
beforehand.
Before
Because
he
of that
got
Threw
evidence.
that Klansman out of the restaurant.
Yeah.
All right, and we got calls holding, too. They want to talk to Marcus as well. I hope you welcome
Hold
calls,
on, Marcus.
Yeah, sit tight, bro.
All right, y'all.
You in a safe spot?
He's on hold now.
Okay.
The number 773-763-9278. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
Real soon with a tune that's gonna take son straight to the moon. Tad-ow. See, it's my turn now. All competitors bow. All you're saying is wow. All I know is the way it gotta go. And everything it takes to hold me down.
This is DeAndre Edwards, assistant coach of the West Inglewood Tigers. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
My vibe, the way I survive. People can't play me out of bounds. Here's my point on a Jazzy Jeff joint. That's why CL can wear the crown. You Think about the pedigree to own a whole catalog.
A single K plan is a 401k plan designed especially for business owners and immediate family, regardless if they are incorporated or not. Single Ks offer both employer and employee contributions and in many cases have no setup fee or annual plan administrative charges. Single Ks are simple to administer with no government reporting required. Most importantly, this plan allows employees to access their savings via hardship withdrawals or loans. Visit our website at polarisadvice.com or call us about your business or organization's retirement plan at 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polarisadvice.com. Polaris provides empowering advice for everyone.
Securities offered through Lion Street Financial LLC, member FINRA, and SIPC investment advisor services offered through Lion Street Advisors LLC, registered investment advisors. Polaris Wealth Management and Lion Street Financial are not affiliated.
The name of my business is Mrs. Indecent Exposure. We are an intimate aromatherapy, massage, bath, and body shop. We have the best aromatherapy, bath, and skincare products available. You can find us in Chicago and on the World Wide Web. We're located at 6916 West North Avenue in Chicago, 3 blocks east of Harlem Avenue, 773-417-3223. Mrs. Indecent Exposure, MRSNDEXPO.com. I'm going to have to get that right.
This is Miss Lady B, La Boricua. Now it's time for the Family Meeting News.
I'm Teresa McDonald, and here are real news stories from real research that we are following here.
Listen to that voice.
In the 2017 fiscal year, FedEx owed more than $1.5 billion in taxes. The next year, it owed nothing. What changed, you ask? The disastrous Trump administration tax cut, for which the company had lobbied hard for. FedEx reaped big savings, bringing its effective tax rate from 34% in fiscal year 2017 to less than 0 in fiscal year 2018. But it didn't increase investment in new equipment and other assets in the fiscal year that followed, as the idiot fool said businesses like this would. Nearly 2 years after the tax law passed, the windfall to corporations like FedEx is becoming clear. Analysis of data compiled shows no statistically meaningful relationship between the size of the tax cut that companies and industries received and the investments they made. If anything, the companies that received the biggest tax cuts increased their capital investment by less, on average, than companies that got smaller cuts. FedEx's financial filings show that the law has so far saved it at least $1.6 billion. Its financial filings showed it owed no taxes in 2018 overall. And as for the capital investments FedEx said it would make, well, the company spent less than 2018 fiscal year than it had projected in 2017 before the tax law passed. It spent even less in 2019, with much of its savings going where? To reward its shareholders. Essentially, they took the money and ran. FedEx's use of its tax savings is representative of corporate America. Companies have already saved upwards of $100 billion more on their taxes than analysts predicted back when the tax law was passed. Companies that make up the S&P 500 index had an average effective tax rate of 18.1% in 2018, while more than 200 of those companies saw their effective tax rates fall by 10 points or more, and nearly 3 dozen, including FedEx, saw their tax rates fall to 0 or reported they got a refund. Man. And now here's Richard with Choose Views, sponsored by Emplaco.
Well, trusted right on once again. Listen, this Choose Views is a real quick, right to the heart. This past week, the new polls for Mayor Pete have increased substantially as we move into Iowa. And there's been this message that's been out there about the African American community is not going to support a gay man running for president. So let me just clean that up real fast. It has the African American community is not monolithic. It's very, very, very smart when it comes to, and pragmatic when it comes to voting. So the LGBT community and Mayor Pete being a part of it has nothing to do with the concerns that Black Americans have. It's because there is a very well experienced, educated woman known as Senator Kamala Harris, who runs a state as a senator that has 40 million people in its population. And a senator, African-American male, Cory Booker, who works and runs a state with 12.5 million people. It has nothing to do with Mayor Pete being gay. It has to do with the experience of the candidate. And it's clear to me that a lot of people want to use this as a wedge issue right now, when Black Americans are more than smart to understand that Mayor Pete does not have the equivalent experience of a Senator Kamala Harris or a Senator Cory Booker. Experience matters, America. So let's get our heads out of our backsides when it comes to how we're going to vote and be pragmatic. Frankly speaking, I get tired of hearing every time Black people step up and make a decision about something that the rest of the world wants to tell us how we should think and how we should be. Experience matters, not the color of your skin, not the sex that you choose. This has been your Choose Views, sponsored by Employco. Back to you, Tressa.
Thank you, Richard. Visit our website, tfmradioshow.com. And for all of you that watch us live, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for notifications, archived audio and video of the broadcast, as well as our much requested music playlist. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at TFM Radio Show, and on Instagram, The Family Meeting. And please, family, don't forget to show us some love today. Email us info@tfmradioshow.com. The news today was brought to you by Identity Guard. Each year, millions of Americans fall victim to identity theft, but you can protect yourself by visiting lookaftermyid.com to sign up for as little as $6 per month. That's lookaftermyid.com. Do it now. I'm Teresa McDonald, and this has been your Family Meeting News. Eric, Richard, myself, and our guest on the line, Mr. Marcus Riley. We'll be right back with more of the Family Meeting.
This is Chicago's Progressive Talk, 820 AM, WCPT Willow Springs, and online at WCPT820.com, where facts matter.
Make a smart financial move for retirement. Make your retirement money into an IRA. Schedule income. Support your dream. Explore investment options. Gain full control over your money. Give the money a chance for additional tax-deferred growth. How do you start? Call Polaris Wealth Management, the resource for IRA rollovers. Call 312-951-2606 or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. Polaris Wealth Management is the resource for IRA rollovers. That's 312-951-2606 or email us at polaris@polarisadvice.com. We help new retirees plan to protect their money. Securities offered through Line Street Financial LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Line Street Advisors LLC. Polaris Wealth Management and Line Street are not affiliated.
Hey Chicago, it's time for you to make a difference in a child's life. AARP Foundation Corps is looking for volunteers to help kindergarten to third graders read. You can do it. Here's how you can register. Call 877-926-8300. That's 877-926-8300 and reference AARP Foundation Experience Corps or visit www.aarp.org/eatchicago. It's time for you to help a child read.
This is Melanie Martin Ware, Howard University alumni, class of 1990. Welcome back to the Family Meeting.
Yeah, y'all. So we're not eating at Buffalo Wild Wing no more, right?
Nope.
We're done with that.
Done.
Done.
Well, it's funny.
Marcus, I'd imagine you haven't been back to Buffalo Wild Wings either, right? He got us on mute.
Marcus.
Marcus,
darling.
I got it. Hey, Marcus. You there, Marcus?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I didn't hit the button, man. It's my bad. I thought you had it on. I had him on
Oh,
mute.
come on. No, you didn't. E.
So you're not eating the Buffalo Wild Wings anymore, I take it?
Am I eating at Buffalo Wild Wings anymore?
Yeah. No, I know you're not.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. No, absolutely not.
The most soggy
I
wings,
don't
man.
think me and the 18 are for sure not eating at Buffalo Wild Wings. That you can count on that.
Are there any black-owned restaurants out in Naperville that y'all can go to?
Black-owned restaurants in Naperville? I don't think so. That's a good question. I should look into that, but I don't think so.
Yeah, take your money there. That's the way to get back at them. Let me. So we got people wanting to talk to you, man. Let me get to the lines. All right, hold on a second. I locked them in too. Good. So this is Kenesha. Good. Yeah, they spelled it wrong. Kenesha. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, girl. How you doing?
Hey, why did you forget my name? This is
I
the
didn't.
lady in the.
They got it spelled wrong, so I didn't know who it was here.
It's Kenethia, right?
Yeah, they got it. That's Devin's fault. Blame Devin. I know it when I see it.
They make me have to say it's the shark lady, okay?
I know the shark lady wandering around smoking weed, wearing a shark costume. I know who you are.
No, and I'll be doing it again here pretty quick.
That is a shame.
Listen, I wanted to mention, as a black woman out here, and I'm 61, I think talking and negotiating is long past due. We've been doing it forever. I think we need.
Man.
Come on, Kenethia.
Hey, wait a minute. We need to have a national organization that sues companies on behalf of our children. We have to show them that there's some action going on other than us pushed back in the corner. Now, I'll share the story with you. My son, obviously I'm 61. I don't know how old he is now, but when he was 8 years old, institutional racism.
Wait. You don't know how old your son is?
She went right past that.
She's like, I'm not
I don't
telling.
know how old he is now, but
How's that happen? You don't know? Were you there when he was born?
Yeah, I thought so. But listen, they were working on him from the school to prison pipeline in third grade. And, making him feel like he was always the problem. Whereas, because he grew up when Bart Simpson first came out. And Simpsons. And he was exactly like Bart Simpson, except he was a black young man. So his white friends would go to the counselor's office. He would get suspended in third grade. So this went on for a while. So what I did is I sent Barney. You know who Barney was back then? He was some kind of Big Bird. And a huge thing of balloons. And then I ordered pizza for the whole class. And I sent it, to him. And I have pictures of him feeling so proud, to get those balloons and stuff. So I had to inject myself into their system of trying to make him feel bad all the time. So parents, we need to have a nonprofit nationwide to teach our youngins 40 and below how to inject themselves into all this madness by, doing abstract things like that.
I get it. So you're saying infect the environment with a positive virus.
Exactly. And also being litigious, because I sue out here every other day. I'm extremely litigious. But you have to. I'm serious. Our young kids will be marching and singing until the cows come home.
What you say?
These organizations only understand one thing: lack of money.
Yep.
Okay?
Exposure to some economic pain, as Eric would say.
A national coalition together with the young man, I applaud him. But reach across the state lines. There's Buffalo Wild Wings here. And do a class action lawsuit. We got
I agree.
Kenethia, say hi to Marcus, Kenethia. Say hi to Marcus.
Hey, Marcus, congratulations on speaking truth to power. And please, form some kind of a nonprofit so you can connect hands from state to state. And file a national lawsuit.
Yeah.
file a lawsuit nationally, and this can be for everything we get exposed to.
Oh, he's got the right attorney right now.
Yeah, he
Cornelia.
does.
Yeah, you need to, since you're suing all the time, you need to holler at Cannon too, by the way.
Yeah, he's got the right attorney that's going to take care of this
Yeah,
for
Cannon
him.
don't play, man.
No.
And we're trying to do exactly what you just said, Kenethia. We're going to try to do something positive. We're going to turn this into a positive outcome, because what the devil meant for bad, we're going to turn it into good. So we're gonna get some funds together, and we're going to let these kids know that they are not alone. They have family members out here that they've never even met that are going to support them. They're babies still, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-olds. Nobody should have to go through this.
No.
Right.
We ain't having it no more. Yeah.
Keep the info on your Facebook page, and I'll be looking, okay?
Okay,
Cool.
we'll do
Thanks,
that.
Kenethia.
We'll do that.
Good to hear from
We're going
you.
to raise some money for Marcus, too. Marcus, you got to make sure you tell us how to make sure we can support you, man.
Please.
How do we do that?
Right now we are at Flight Athletics. You can find us on Facebook. And I have Bolingbrook Junior Raiders as well. It's my two programs that are new this year, brand new. We both have search engines on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram at Flight Athletics _athletics on Instagram.
Flight as in
Junior Raiders
like a take a flight. Spell that.
Yep, FLIGHT _athletics ATHLETIS.
Is this basketball or football, Marcus?
This is basketball.
Basketball. Okay, great.
You wouldn't happen to know the football coach over at Romeoville, would you?
You know what? I don't know the head football coach. I've seen him a couple of times, actually, but I don't know him by name.
Okay, so he's my cousin. I'm going to make sure I put you down with him.
Absolutely.
He played in the NFL and everything else, man. He can be very helpful for you out there as well. Yeah. So
what's his name?
His name is Oliver Gibson.
Oliver, yes, I know him. I do know him, bald head, big guy. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, huge dude. Yeah, huge guy.
Yeah, sometimes with the Bengals. When I met him, it was a couple years back, and he was coaching the sophomore team at Romeoville, right?
He may have been, yeah. He's the head coach of varsity now, though.
Nice. That's great. Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, that's my guy. It's my cousin. I got to say he's a good guy. I can tell you he's crazy, too. His mom used to threaten him by combing his hair, but that's a whole different story.
Oh, no.
Let me get Cheryl. She's calling from Naperville now. Hey, Cheryl, what's up, girl?
Hey, how are you guys?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, good. I was just listening to your show the last half hour or so, and I listen to 820 a lot. But, I live right down the street from that Buffalo Wild Wings, and I used to go there a couple times a month, and I won't go back. But it was my understanding that Buffalo Wild Wings actually had some form of a prearranged agreement with that man.
Oh, come on
I don't
now.
know.
Wait.
No, I'm serious. I heard, and I live in the area, that they had some prearranged agreement that when he came in, he didn't want to have to sit next to any black people or black families. And that's what I found. Now, that could be a rumor, but, I heard it on the news here. But, that's what I find most disturbing, aside from all of the other things that are disturbing about that. And
So you mean the man walked in and told the server that I don't want to sit near black people, and then they allowed that to happen?
I don't know
Well,
what happened the day
to
of.
your
What I'm
point,
saying is that I thought he had been there before, and that they
Absolutely.
had.
He was a regular.
Okay.
He was a regular. He was a regular, and the entire staff knew that he was a regular. So you are correct in a way on that one. So he's been accommodated there before. My thing is, just like you, our question is how many people have fell victim to this couple before? Because it's happened, and it's happened time and time again, and it's been swept under the rug so many times that this time it just didn't happen.
Yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings definitely fostered this type of environment.
Yeah.
They aided and abetted this. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I wanted to say is right down the street from that, closer to where I live, there's a gas station that I frequent, and it was in the news that
the week before
told a Hispanic family that they should go back to where they came from. And of course, this was 4 or 5 days after the president had told the congresswoman that they should go back to where they came from. And you guys were talking about abuse of children, and I feel, gone are the days when I looked up to the president. It didn't matter to me what party the person was from. I didn't even know the difference at the time, when I was younger. I just knew that the president was someone to be admired, and that is not the case here. And I feel that all of this stuff has been emboldened since 2016, and that this is all going back to, I'd love to see Kamala Harris. I'd love to see Cory Booker. I really don't care to see this administration needs to be gone, because I feel that all of these people that have kept this hatred inside, and all the work we've done to get to this point, and now this has been destroyed the last 3 years, and that's the shame of it. And that is an abuse of children in my eyes, and it needs to stop, And I don't know. I'm just infuriated knowing that this is right down the street from my house, and Naperville is or was ranked in the top 5 best places to live. And, it's a shame that.
Go over there and make a mass show. Go over there and sit down and order a glass of water, then leave.
No,
Cheryl. Might. If you guys go, I'll meet you there.
I'll meet you there, Cheryl. We're going to order some water and leave.
Cheryl, you stay in touch with us, because I'm the guy. I'm the exact guy that wants to do that, because
we can shut it down.
I'm tired of us and the Cheryls of the world having to carry this burden in 2000, about to be 20.
Take up a whole bunch of tables and everybody order water, then leave. That'll do it.
and pull our credit cards out as we get there.
Yeah. And we all march over to another place. Thanks, Cheryl. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Cheryl. Have a great week.
I appreciate you. All right, thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
My daughter and granddaughter live in Naperville, and I'm telling y'all right now, get your bail money together.
I got a client meeting in Naperville on Wednesday, and I'm already thinking.
Marcus, we got a bunch of people holding to talk to you, man. You got time for us?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, man. We're going to try to raise some money for you, too, so stay with us, all right? You know what? So, y'all, I see you guys. Dave, Roosevelt, Eduardo, Margot, and Jim. I see you guys. You guys are next. Stay tuned for more of the Family Meeting.
Biggity flame on Geronimo. Yo, I biggity burn, biggity rubber when I blabber. Great, I biggity make no wonder twins the actor. Fake, it's crazy. I'm biggity breaking backs and busting lips. I biggity freak, Gladys Knight and those freaking hips. Shrimps, I'm biggity make enough noise like Bam Bam. Throw boulders from bedrock, you'll get dropped by Slam Man, so check it. I biggity wreck it quick, oh shucks. I give it the got big ducks like Daddy War Bucks. Oh Anna, I biggity rock the Coca Cabana, banana, split, hot.
This is Brandon Allen, aka The Scrub. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
I'm ripping flesh, plus I get expressed like this. Shish, shiggity shush, kid, you'll get done. Squish for fun. I riggedy rhyme like no one. I riggedy bump, riggedy rush, chiggity jumps, I'm savage.
The law office of Darnell Lyles is ready to help you. Whether it's personal injury, criminal, DUI, and OWI, nursing home, product liability, it doesn't matter. Call 219-939-9-LAW. That's 219-939-9529. That's right. When you're driving and get into a wreck. Had a few drinks too many? A cop hits you with a DUI or OWI?
Think you better call Donnell.
Arrested and facing criminal charges, misdemeanor or felony?
I think you better call Donnell.
Purchase a product that causes you or a loved one harm?
I think you better call Donnell.
When your loved one is neglected and abused in a nursing home?
I think you better call Donnell.
That's right, you better call Attorney Darnell Lyles and get represented right. And the first consultation is free. Yes, free. So call right now. 219-939-9LAW. That's 219-939-9529. Attorney Darnell Lyles. Darnell Lyles.
Is your child prepared for the school year? Getting started early means a better chance of getting ahead. Masters Plus Tutoring in Homewood is the program that works. No matter what your child needs to prepare for the coming academic year, better study habits, organizational skills, or time management, Masters Plus can help. In fact, they tutor students in all subjects from kindergarten through college. Perhaps ACT, SAT, or Catholic high school prep are in order. Just visit mptutors.com and request a consultation. All sessions are taught by certified instructors in a private one-to-one setting to ensure each student receives individualized instruction. Whether your child is at a basic level or reaching for advanced placement, Masters Plus Tutoring can help. Call 708-798-8400 or visit them on the web at mptutors.com. Mention WCPT and you'll receive a $25 tuition credit with a purchase of 4 hours or more. That's mptutors.com.
It's Petey Petey, your girl see me. She know my name, she gon' hit me up tomorrow. Out the mill, out the well. Hot bottles, pour 'em on the model for the girl. Fresh Prince. You know we do it together, we don't borrow. And you know me, I'm out of the ordinary. I'm rather extraordinary. My diamonds is all canary. We getting money, genius, and I continue to get that paper. So won't you mind your business? Don't be a fucking hater. Crack, I need that. You got the remedy. You look surprised, ma. I gotta refresh in your memory. Get through, get it, mujer. Tell me what you want, but before I could blow my live, baby, lit up the brand new funk.
This is Lisa Lenore, writer, editor, and educator. Welcome back to the family meeting.
Those stanky Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
Dirty floors and soggy French fries. Don't nobody want to eat there, man.
Nasty
Anyway.
bathrooms.
No. Nobody want to eat there anyway. All right, Marcus, you ready for some more calls, man? I know I got the button.
Absolutely, I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you put us on mute, right? I know the deal. Let me get Dave calling from Sacramento, California. How many Buffalo Wild Wings y'all got in Sacramento, Dave?
We got a lot, but we got a lot of idiots too that don't know anything about buffalo wings.
There you go.
What's up, Dave?
So, I know this is kind of like going off on a tangent, regarding to the issue of the impeachment thing. And I know it may not be the subject that you want to talk about, but it's been really heavy on my mind, on my shoulders. And I hate, let's just put it out there. He's never going to get impeached. We already know that. The Democrats are going to impeach him in the House, but the Republicans are not going to impeach him in the Senate because it's their own party, it's their own kind. They're not going to go the opposite of its own kind. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to protect him in the Senate. He'll still be in office. The problem is what I have is that this is a whole circus for the Democrats, so that way they can go out there and say, hey, everybody, we impeached him in the House. But, look at it this way. All of them are a bunch of idiots because it's not going to go any further than the House anyway. So that's number one. Number two, watching it on TV and taking away my "Let's Make a Deal" with Wayne. I'm getting really ticked off. Taking my shows.
Dave,
away from
you
me.
tripping, man. Dave, hold on, man. Hold on, man. I don't talk about your "Let's Make a Deal," man. We're talking about crazy ass Buffalo Wild Wings today.
Dave. Buffalo. But Wayne Brady loves buffalo wings.
Come on, man.
I've seen him on the show.
Marcus, I'm sorry, man. This is what we do, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I love you,
But,
Dave. Listen, man, I wanted to let you get it out, man. I could see it was weighing heavy on you. But I'm done with that, man. Save it for next week, man, all right?
We got you, Dave. Stay out of Buffalo Wild Wings, Dave.
All right.
All right, man. Crazy ass Dave, man. Sorry, man. Some people be smoking weed on Sundays, man. That's what happens around here, Marcus.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, Dave.
Dave is a trip.
Yeah, let me get Margot here. She's been holding for a while. Hey, Margot, how are we?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
I just wanted to chime in on a couple things that I heard about the Naperville incident. First of all, I was a restaurant manager in the early '90s in Naperville, and people who lived in Chicago around that time will know this. There was a huge white flight in the '70s. Everybody knows why they moved west, because they were trying to get away from black folks or other, and that area is racist. Oh, girl, that was unfortunate. You need to quit tripping. You moved out there because you were trying to get away from the Chicagoans. Anyway, when it comes down to dude having a deal, I believe her. I'll tell you why. I was a Pizza Hut manager on State Road in Cicero, and this was in the late 80s. Anybody know that? They know it was a super racist area. We had a guy come in, snap off. I want black people to handle it. We're like, but, it was a mixed crew. I had to call the Bedford Park Police. And then they were like, okay, Fred, come on, let's go. We don't want to put you away. Yes. So wake up. Ain't nothing changed. I'm letting you know. I'm 54 years old. Ain't nothing changed. You know what happened? People went underground. But Donald Trump gave them the boost that they needed. And see, watch out, because guess what? He want to get back in. Mark my words on that. Because we're slipping, we're sleeping, and this situation, which is unfortunate, that happened to those young guys at that restaurant, I'm going to tell you, that's been happening. It don't get reported because people were shocked when we hear it. Don't be shocked. Tell your children. I told my niece, guess what? you will always be other. You will always not be, in others' eyes, even though we see you as a beautiful woman. But this is what you deal with, so they could understand. Don't slip. Go back to what your grandma told you, what your parents been telling you. It's still well alive. Okay, I'm gonna let y'all go.
Okay, man. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Margot.
Let me get Jim calling from Lombard here. Jim, what's up, man?
Hi, everybody. I just got a thing I want to say here. In 1948, the United Nations presented the world with the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I think that the principles in this document have not been made law and taught to school children, is that those in power want discord and hostility in the general population, divide and conquer.
Yeah, that's true. There's much evidence to support that across the board. Changing what they're teaching, what they're talking about with regard to history, wanting to strip things out of history, wanting to call slaves immigrants, on and on and on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good point, Jim. Thanks for calling in, Jim.
Appreciate it, man.
Okay.
Sorry, let me get Roosevelt here.
Roosevelt,
what's up, man?
How you guys doing today?
Hey, man, what's going on?
I didn't want to talk about this, but I'll be brief about this subject that you guys touched upon. There was a lady before me that said that she touched upon the July incident where young ladies from Mexico were visiting Naperville at that Buc-ee's station, gas station, and they were told, go back to your country. Remember that? And they were boycotting within hours out there. So these things are going to continue to happen. I want to bring another incident in Milwaukee about 2 weeks ago, where a gentleman got thrown acid at his face and say, go back to your country, where the country where you came from. And these things are going to continue because there are no repercussions. Now, I don't know how you do it, but you got to hit them in the pocket. You got to hurt them in the pocket. In other words, I don't know how.
Hit them where it hurts.
But
Yep.
Get that money.
Where it hurts.
Yep.
And I'm afraid that when these incidents happen, other people get the idea. And if there's, from personal experience, if there's alcohol involved, more of a reason. Now, I believe Buffalo Wild Wings, do they serve alcohol? I'm sure they do, don't they?
They serve alcohol there, Marcus?
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, beer's one of their big distributors. Yeah.
Absolutely.
My thing is, what if they would have checked this dude years ago when he first started coming?
But see, that's even still, if they had checked this dude. The issue is not the dude. The
Hey,
issue
Roosevelt,
is
thanks, man. Appreciate
thanks,
it.
Roosevelt.
Thank you, Roosevelt.
I mean, and Marcus, not to talk over you, but the issue is not the dude. The issue is the institution, because
his behavior was endorsed by the institution.
It was endorsed, but
because
that's
another
that
person
the institution provided safe harbor for
it
him.
could have been another person. But the management, the leadership at that institution made it okay for that behavior to be covered in their location.
Very true.
They're the ones that have to be taken to task. Screw him. I hope he runs into a brick wall.
Yeah.
So anyhow, Marcus, sorry, bro.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Marcus. You didn't get a chance to weigh in on anything anybody said. Have you any comments on this?
No, it's all good. I'm just, I'm just happy that it's the support and the love that we're getting from the community. I love it. I love it.
Good. Let me get Eduardo here calling in. Eduardo, what's up, man?
Yeah, good evening. I was going to talk about a couple of things here real fast. I was sorry to hear about that 32-year-old nurse that was going home to see the sister and got killed. And I was telling your screen, I'm hoping there's going to be more like civilian groups doing more patrols. I used to be a guardian angels in Rogers Park.
Oh, you did? Okay, with the whole beret and the whole nine?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we need guardian angels on the
nice
south side to
experience.
protect some of these black kids too, man.
Yeah. I mean, I wish there was more of that stuff going on. But let me move quickly because I'm sure you got a bunch of callers here. Jamie Dimon was on 60 Minutes last week.
Yeah,
nice piece. He's not a well-spoken person either, by the way. I was surprised how he's not a well-spoken person.
No.
Well, I think he was a little bit one notch better than Trump.
Yeah,
and I like
that ain't hard to do.
I like the fact that he was doing those job training skills in Detroit.
In Detroit, yeah, he's doing a good job in Detroit.
Back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping that multiplies around the country.
For sure. For sure.
Well, you hope that he's directing the resources towards the people who are currently occupying and not engaging in practices that displace the people who are currently occupying Detroit.
Yep.
Right.
That's right.
Like AK gentrification.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Yep.
Good point, Eduardo.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eduardo.
Appreciate
Thank you very
it, man.
much. Okay, have
Thanks,
a
man.
good
Have a great week.
Yeah.
Marcus, so tell us, man, we got the Facebook page, Flight_Athletes, or Athletics, I'm sorry, on Facebook. And then the Bolingbrook. You don't have a website, right?
Bolingbrook Junior Raiders has a website.
Bolingbrook Junior Raiders.
Yeah, BolingbrookJuniorRaiders.com.
And we can, and people can donate there?
Absolutely. You can go right to the Facebook page and donate through there too as well. So I'll have links and bios up on the Flight Athletics page. You can get that right through Facebook. You can go in there and contribute. And it's a blessing to have the opportunity for folks to do that, to give these kids a platform to be able to play basketball, and for me to continue to mentor them is the most important.
How much money you need to raise to last you for 12 months?
For 12 months, I would probably say 10,000 would get us good for 12 months. That's basketball, all that's tournament play, that's individual workouts, that's training, that's camp, that's everything.
Okay.
All right, you got 500 from me then.
Yeah.
Who else gonna step up?
I'm in. I'm in for that, and I'm already sending myself some reminders to work on a few people that I know need to be involved. So not to worry.
Get you some real fly jerseys, man, and some sneaks, man. That's what we need, right?
Yep.
Fly jerseys and sneaks.
Yeah, you need some warm-ups too, don't you, man? Some warm-ups? Oh, we lost Marcus. Oh, my goodness.
Marcus. Call us back, Marcus, if you can.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry. We lost Marcus there.
Okay.
I think he dropped the phone, all the money coming his way.
Oh, my God.
Okay, family meeting. Family meeting listeners, you guys heard it right here. We are going to go to work for this organization, Flight_Athletics on Facebook. And what is it? Bolingbrook.
BolingbrookJuniorRaiders.com.
BolingbrookJuniorRaiders.com. I need you all to flood that website right now and give what you can, or whatever you can't give, whatever it is. We want to let them know that we support them, that we're out here. We're willing to stand beside them in this incident. And then we're also going to help these kids, because that's what this program does. It goes towards helping the children, giving them outlets and resources that they need to be productive. Their innocence was stolen from them. They were babies before they walked into that Buffalo Wild Wings and came out having to deal with stuff that even grown-ups shouldn't even have to deal with.
Absolutely. So I want to just throw this out. Oftentimes we have listeners who are our quote-unquote white listeners that get frustrated. Things happen.
Quote-unquote white, like they ain't quite white.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean.
Quote-unquote white.
Yeah, we get, we know that down. But listen, to those of you who listen that ask the question, Eric, what can I do? Mm-hmm. We see it. We know it's wrong. We've got a number of folks that listen and say, what can I do? This is that moment. This is what you can do. You can have a tangible, hands-on impact on the issue. Mm-hmm. And the issue is not fixing the racism part. It's helping to block, protect, support, strengthen these young men who were abused. Yeah. That's the kind of immediate impact you can have. Yeah. Step up, like he said. Step up. It ain't going to hurt you. So I've been holding my tongue from as best I can during these 2 hours, because this touches all of us very personally. And I feel so strongly for Marcus and his strength. If I had children, if I had a son, this is the kind of son I would want to have. Someone that had the ability to maintain his composure, be able to think on his feet, move forward, protect his crew. I mean, he did all of that, Tressa.
He did all of that in
a hostile environment.
In a hostile environment, yeah.
He did all of that.
I can tell you right now, it wouldn't have went like that for me.
No, he's a bigger man than me, man.
Yes, he is.
I'd have been moving furniture around, man.
If me, you, Eric, Tiffany, Ann, and Malcolm had been there.
Yeah.
It would have been. And we're not chest
advocating.
Thumping. And we're not chest thumping either.
Actually, we are advocating for that.
No, I'm not.
Go on there and tear the place up.
I'm just telling you.
Go on and tear the place up.
I'm gonna
Rip
tell
the
the truth and
fryers
shame,
out of the wall.
That's what God loved, the truth. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'd have tore Buffalo Wild Wings up.
See, this is where God. This is when
my little short.
Tressa, when people
4'11", 5'7",
you'd have been kicking with the knees.
Sands would have been
Right, the shins would be busted. But Tressa, seriously, this is that moment. I have a good friend of mine, lives out in Schaumburg, and he and I say this too many times. He's like, Rich, he said, man, you know there's a God. And I asked him why. His name is Yuli. I said, Yuli, why? He said, because when stuff like this happens to you or me, he's Filipino. He says, we aren't together. Get my message?
Yeah, because if y'all would have been together,
it would have gone down differently. And so, that's not advocating violence.
No, not at
it's
all.
saying, praises to Marcus for his ability to.
But it also tells y'all we tired.
We're tired.
We're tired of this.
I mean, I told y'all what happened to me in the hotel in Denver.
Kenethia had it right, though.
She did.
Yes, she did.
She's right on point.
Yes, she did.
Stop all
She
this
said
marching
she
and singing and
litigious.
stuff.
Kenethia, if you're listening, we love you, girl, because that's
Kenethia
exactly
said
what.
she real litigious.
Right.
Yeah, real litigious.
Every week she's suing somebody.
What did she
I
say?
am not
Let's
mad
create
at
an
her.
organization where hands can reach across state lines.
Man,
She ready to go.
I love it.
Kenethia crazy, man. Who wears a shark suit regularly like that, man? Who does that?
Leave Kenethia
I still
alone.
ain't figured out why in the
Leave
hell she wearing a
Kenethia
shark suit.
alone.
Where in the hell do you get a shark suit?
Because
you
she
go to
let
the
you
shark
know,
suit store?
Listen,
I
anybody
bet she
that
got it from
wears
Gary, Indiana.
Anybody that wears a shark suit on a regular basis, would you want to tangle with them?
Well, because
I don't quite know if I'm trying to get near them. No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why she wears a shark suit.
Because she's letting wait, Trust, she's giving him advance warning.
You roll with this, man. What's up? What's up? I got the shark suit on. What's up? What's up?
What you want? You want some?
Yeah, she
like
ain't
like
singing
Eddie
Baby
Murphy saying
Shark
in Beverly Hills Cop.
She
He
ain't
said,
singing
"You want
that.
to start some static?" You know.
I hate that we lost Marcus, man. Okay. You know what? Tommy's waiting though. Tommy moved some furniture.
Brace yourselves, y'all.
I know what Tommy would have did.
Tommy might be on the road out, headed out to Buffalo Wild Wings right now. All right, y'all. Stay tuned for more of the family meeting.
Hi, this is Bruno O'Brien with Women's March Illinois. Keep listening to the Family Meeting.
The name of my business is Mrs. Indecent Exposure. We are an intimate aromatherapy, massage, bath, and body shop. We have the best aromatherapy, bath, and skincare products available. You can find us in Chicago and on the World Wide Web. We're located at 6916 West North Avenue in Chicago, 3 blocks east of Harlem Avenue. 773-417-3223. Mrs. Indecent Exposure, MRSNDEXPO.com.
A 2016 study estimates that 13.1 million Americans were victims of identity theft that year. Fight back against identity theft by signing up for Identity Guard. Identity Guard monitors your credit and identity information with alerts that can help you respond quickly if certain changes indicating fraudulent activity are detected, as well as help protect your computer from viruses, keylogging, and other serious threats. Plus, with Identity Guard's dynamic credit management resources and tools, you will have helpful information as you make better financial and credit decisions. Identity Guard includes $1 million identity theft insurance and lost wallet protection, and more if you ever do become a victim. Protect your ID by visiting lookaftermyid.com. That's lookaftermyid.com to securely sign up for Identity Guard today.
A scrub is a guy that thinks he's fly and is also known as a buster. Always talking about what he wants and just sits on his broke ass. So, no, I don't want your number, no. I don't wanna give you mine, and no, I don't wanna meet you nowhere, no. Don't want none of your time, and no, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me.
Hi, my name is Gina Davis Morellis with Save Our Southland, and I listen to the Family Meeting.
Yeah, so
Because scrubs make it hard for everybody else.
Try to holler at me.
hate that we lost Marcus there, man. We'll get back at him, though. We know where he is, though. Bolingbrook Junior Rebels.com. Raiders. Did I say Rebels?
Raiders.
I meant Raiders. Bolingbrook Junior Raiders.com.
We want it to be so strong that when you Google Marcus Riley's name and then put Naperville behind it or Bolingbrook behind it, it's the first thing that comes up on Google.
We'll get these boys all geared up, ready to travel.
Yep.
No stress.
Added confidence.
And then they got plenty of money to eat somewhere other than the ragged-ass Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah, and be able to get up and walk the hell out of some other group, institution decides to treat them wrong.
That's right. That's what we're going to do today. So get down with us, y'all. You can also find them at Flight_Athletics on Facebook. I haven't looked yet, but I'm going to make sure that I try to remember to post it on social media.
You're going to do it.
At my age, man, I can't promise you I'm going to remember. Somebody will have to remind me.
No, well, we will. We will. Well, E, I got to say this, man. I have to applaud you for... No, shut up. I have to applaud you for bringing this topic to our show and to the audience because it's an important topic.
Absolutely.
Oftentimes, Tressa, like you said during the break, not everybody heard about it. It got kind of buried.
Yeah, this kind of got buried because, like I said, if I didn't even come across it, it wasn't out there like that.
And I saw it. But
and you're the news lady.
And I'm the news lady.
Yeah, absolutely. So, E, kudos to you, man. I know you don't like getting the compliments. Your response is you're just doing what you're supposed to do.
Cannon's my man. That's what I do for my man, Cannon.
Yeah, but this is a right on topic. And again, folks, he's
a bad boy.
You got an opportunity to help here. Get involved. Don't sit back and go, well, they'll figure it out. No. You got to get involved because what if you had been in that restaurant? I mean, I'm going to just break it down like this. What if you had been in that restaurant as a black male or white female?
Cannon would have had to come get me out of jail.
And that had happened. I mean, I can just imagine if Ann and I had been at that
You would have had to
Buffalo...
get Tress out of jail, too.
Man.
Yeah.
I know you would have had to get me
There
out.
would have been some broken dishes up in that joint.
Yeah, but then see, this young, brilliant man named Marcus Riley would have probably taken over this situation and said, let's hold on. I'm just so proud of him, Tressa. I'm so proud of his ability to maintain his cool because he's seen it. He's watched cats like you and me have to deal with this as older brothers, so to speak. He's watched his grandfather, his uncles. Can you imagine that? If he's got a body of work of watching this happen.
He had 18 kids he had to protect.
And he protected
that was
18 kids.
18 children. And that was his utmost responsibility at that point.
And he delivered.
He rose to that occasion, yes.
Yeah.
So let's get behind this young brother and make sure that he knows.
Marcus for Congress. That's what we should do.
Damn Skippy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Let's
Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's see what's on Tommy's mind. Tom, what's up, baby?
Okay, well, I attempted to make some moonshine the other day, so I'm just not coming back to consciousness. So I didn't get a chance to figure out what you guys are talking about. So maybe somebody like me as to why would I be moving furniture around? Isn't what we do is just pray? Aren't we a civilized people? We're not savages. But I guess maybe you guys, hey, on the record, what took place? Hello? What took place?
Craziness.
Yeah, I'm asking you a question. What took place?
Craziness.
Are you guys there?
I'm being quiet for you, man. So you can...
You're being quiet for me.
He asking you a question.
You don't know what Tommy don't never ask me no questions.
He asking the question today.
I ain't used to Tommy asking me questions.
I know, but
what happened with Marcus?
He's gone.
His line dropped, man.
So you don't know what happened, Tommy? You for real?
No, I'm absolutely serious. Listen, man, I have been trying to make 2,000 proof corn whiskey.
All right, Tom, listen, man. Marcus took a bunch of his athletes, his basketball team, youth basketball team, age 5 to 12, to Buffalo Wild Wings. There was a white couple in there who didn't want to sit near black people.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Stop the car. Yeah. I seem to remember something like that. And they said we didn't want to sit by some colored people. Isn't that correct?
There you go.
He handled it like a gentleman. But you see, somewhere along the line, we're going to recognize. Now, I know most people are expecting me to come on off the rails and start talking about black people are tired of this and that, and white folks this and that. But at some point, if you really look at the climate of what's going on now, every time civil servants who put in 30 and 40 years can be called liars,
anytime individuals can be arrested and be on death row with circumstantial information and stuff, it really comes to a point in time is when is the moral value and the moral compass of all of us going to change? When will we say enough is enough? Why are we continuing to try and saying that we let these loose eggs loose to start a race war? For what? What will it prove? I mean, after all, man, we didn't have to come here. We've been here. No matter what we've done, it's not good enough. So I just stop and say, hey, you know what? What Marcus did, what he showed was a simple fact that, you know what? We are very intelligent. We are very smart. We don't have to act the fool, but unlike him, I would have pretty much, it would have been Tommy's place, because it wouldn't have been a window left. Well, I probably would have left the buffalo head on there, but everything else would have pretty much broke up. So I just want to tell you guys, keep listening to the family. If you're wondering why I'm so calm and laid back today and I don't pretty much know nothing, hey, I got some 2,000 proof corn whiskey for anybody who want to die. Just let me know how that was. Keep listening to the family meeting. I'll be more cogent next week. But really, folks, really, have a good night. Goodbye.
That dude.
I ain't used to Tommy asking me questions, man. That's our weekly contribution to your community's safety. Not necessarily Buffalo Wild Wing and Naperville's safety.
Yeah, Route 59
but
and
rest of y'all,
75th.
now you're safe because we let Tommy get it out here.
Yeah,
Thanks, Tom, for
Don't
that.
go there.
No.
Route 59 and 75th. Don't
You know, somebody
go there.
asked me this week, who's that dude, Tommy? Who is Tommy? Tommy's a dude, man. He's a regular dude.
He is that dude.
Who I
regular
know.
Dude. Yeah.
Tommy's my dude, man. He happens to be quite the craftsman as well. He builds cabinetry
Really?
as well.
A Custom. He
yeah.
owns A Custom Cabinet.
Oh,
Cabinet.
okay. There
Quite
we
the
go.
cabinet builder as well. But he's a dude that likes making corn whiskey, apparently. I didn't know about this.
He said 2,000 proof.
Trust it.
That's like gasoline, man.
No,
That's jet fuel.
that's jet fuel. I was going to say, that's
Ooh, you going to be drunk as hell with that one.
Trust it. Tommy can go both ways. He can sniff that cabinet varnish, and then he can knock back
Oh,
some.
my
He may
God.
be
Yeah, that 2,000 proof will
is going to be
take
stripped, right? Stripping the cabinets.
Stripping cabinets.
Get you unorganized, man.
Oh,
in a
my
minute
gosh. Too funny.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. What
So,
you got, E?
I hate that we lost Marcus Hughes. I want to wrap it up. But, you know, raising money for him is probably that thing. I did want to compare and contrast. If you're talking about the criminal justice system, and while all of it doesn't apply to just the criminal justice system, you got one instance where the state of Texas and its governor was sitting on his hands and was getting ready to kill a man
Kill a man. Yeah.
who might be innocent. We can't say for sure,
Yeah.
right? All the evidence points that way.
But if there's even a question,
You don't kill somebody.
Yeah.
You don't proceed through life like, whatever, he's gonna die. You don't do that to human beings. With evidence that he might be innocent, you're sitting on your hands and ready to kill this man. Meanwhile, we got 3 years of evidence of the imbecile in the White House doing all manner of things. You got people testifying what they heard and saw in front of on the record, and they having a hard time reconciling. Don't quite know if he might be not.
And
maybe
the process
guilty.
isn't quite right, and the way that they're
and it's second
saying
and
the
third
words
hand
is not.
information.
At the end of the day, the one item is the doggone edited transcript. That's the most damning piece of information.
But
What about his,
here's
what
the
about
thing,
his,
though.
what
Here's
about
the-
his speechwriter, Stephen Miller?
Oh, now his racist
Wait a minute.
BS is coming out.
Here's the thing that really tripped me out this week. If you got somebody, if a fight jumps out, right?
Right.
And you got somebody you need to jump in to fight with,
Yeah.
he ain't the dude.
No. Right.
I'm not finna get my ass
You're like,
whooped.
you
But
know
that
what? Hey,
dude-
man. Nah.
So you got politicians, specifically on the right, the Republicans, who are standing up. Why you pick this dude? There are lots of dudes you can stand up for.
But why this dude?
This dude is the dude you want to stand up for.
Hey, man. Y'all
Did you
remember?
hear
You wanna
what
have
Giuliani
his
said?
back?
Did
Y'all
you hear
remember
what Giuliani
college?
said? If he gets thrown under the bus, he said, "Yeah, but I got very good insurance.
Yeah.
and I guarantee you, all my hospital bills would be paid."
Yeah, because he knows the dirt.
Yeah.
So that's kind of Eric's point. I was thinking about this week, and I was like, that's like when we were in college or in school in general. And, we all had to study hard to pass that exam. or to do well on the exam. And you got one dude or one dudette that just wouldn't study, always running around. You know that. Remember that person in the door that was always messing up, not studying. And then the 2 days before the exam, they come running to you. Hey man, E, let me look at your notes. Hey, trust me, let me check your notes out.
Exactly.
And you're like,
I was that dude.
I didn't anticipate that. So anyhow, you're like, but no.
Yeah.
But then you got another
Talk
person
about me
who's-
like I ain't sitting here.
who's struggling. Who's struggling trying to make it work, working hard, just can't get it together. I'm gonna help that person.
Before I help you.
The one that's supposed
Flying
to
up on me. Yeah.
Right. This is the guy that they've decided to put a stake in the ground for and stand up for. This despicable human being. You can't find many people. The dude
I'm
doesn't
looking
have
at
any
the people
friends.
that are doing this, though. I've stopped looking at that fool. I'm looking at these people that are around him that are doing this stuff, and what is it that they're doing, and why are they doing what they're doing?
You've got other politicians who come on television and say that these same politicians in private will say something different.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Than they say on television.
Yeah.
Well,
they don't take no strength.
I'm not trying to act like I'm down with him. Hit that dude. That's who you with.
Yeah.
Okay. If you with that, you're creepy too. Do you look at this guy,
love
Roger
the word
Stone?
creepy.
Can you think of a more creepy dude? Maybe Epstein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you think of a more creepy
Than Roger
Jeffrey
Stone?
Dahmer-ish
Yeah,
looking?
no.
Yeah. No.
You know that dude is up to something that ain't no good.
Time you look at him, you know you're up to something.
Yeah. I mean,
Right. Have you seen him on television when he's sitting and somebody's talking to him and he's sucking his teeth? You ever seen him do that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Look for videos of him.
Lecter.
He's sucking his teeth.
Like
like
Hannibal Lecter.
What did you eat, man? What are you sucking your teeth for
Yeah.
like that?
What did you suck?
I'm going to
he
take
made
your
him-
word for that. I don't want to see nothing
Trust me,
like that.
Maybe it isn't what he ate, but what was he sucking on prior to? Yeah, well, that's
they're just so
not-
nasty. Then he's got these big boobed women all around him. Did you see him walk into court? He had a black dude who had on like a white smock.
Yeah.
And I think he was carrying a staff or something. Who went in with him to court like he was his religious advisor or something.
Yeah, it's
And then
crazy.
some other black woman was next to him and like, who are y'all?
Yeah, I
what
know.
the hell's going
I
on
know,
here?
I know. It's, the optics is like, okay, I'm gonna have some black people around me to make it
Why
look like
y'all
I'm
with this
down.
dude?
And then,
Yo, man,
but then I was like,
what happened?
What happened?
Who are y'all?
What
Yo,
happened?
man, that's Tyrone. That's your boy Tyrone. What happened? Your boy Tyrone's on television with this dude with a head shaped like a triangle.
God.
What happened to Tyrone, man? Is he on the pipe again? This dude's
Must
walking
be.
in with a smock.
I know it was
Into court.
Tressa, you
What?
just
I didn't even watch any of that fiasco.
Oh my
That was
God,
just a
man! I'm like, what
spectacle
in
show
all
now.
hell is going on with a dude? And his head is shaped like a triangle, man. What happened? Was it an accident? Did you come out your mama wrong? Just what happened with your
No,
head,
man,
man?
no.
Is that an accident?
No, here's what
Was there a
happened.
nuclear accident of some
I-
kind?
see,
She knew enough. She was trying to stop that.
Tressa,
From
see,
coming out and clamp
we
down
can't-
on him or
He's a
something.
walking arrow.
We can't get too literal, but trust me, I know how he got that dent in his forehead. Just imagine where his head had to be for his head to get dented like that.
His
And
mama
why
clamped
he's
down.
sucking on his teeth.
I'm gonna stick to his mama clamp down on him.
No,
'Cause I
no.
don't think he. If he's sucking on
man.
something, I don't think it's
You
what
know,
we talking about.
I heard somebody on.
No, you know what I'm
Right,
talking about.
right.
This
He about
may
to get
sound like
more.
it's some sort of petty conversation. I don't care what you think.
No.
This somebody told me he looks like Bert from Ernie and Bert.
You know what?
Oh,
You are
wow.
so right.
Wow.
You are so right. Throw some penguin glasses on Bert, and that is him.
That's him. That's Roger
That's
Stone.
him.
But Roger's going to jail.
Well,
You
we
think he's
hope.
gonna get-
I don't think so.
You think he's gonna get pardoned?
I don't think so.
I hope he goes, but I don't think. I think if that fool pardons him, that will send the absolute signal to.
Why would you
everybody
think
else.
that?
No,
No.
wait. Not that it would change anybody's mind or whatever, because people gonna think what they want to think anyway. But I think if he pardons Roger Stone, he will unequivocally state, "I did what I did. I said what I said. So what?"
But that's I
All
He's
in
there
your
already.
face. It's all in your face.
He's there already.
Well, he is there, but that
Yeah.
just
It's
Right.
That'll just be
Everybody
one
around him
more.
saying the same thing. Yeah, he did it. But what? So what? The old boy stood up in the press room and said, "Get over it."
Yeah,
That's-
I know.
that's-
What, Mulvaney?
We're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yep. Because we're white men in America.
Yeah, y'all know that fool would have fired Mulvaney by now. Why hasn't he fired?
Because you're right.
You already know.
Yeah. Don't take a genius. Yeah,
He's shaking his head.
I know. Yeah.
I know.
Thanks for bringing Marcus on. Marcus, we missed. We saw we dropped you, bro, but we're going to be putting
That's BolingbrookJuniorRaiders.com. I think you spell out junior. I don't know for sure, but we'll post it.
BolingbrookJuniorRaiders.com.
Yes. Send them some money, man, so they can eat somewhere other than ragged-ass Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
All right.
And next time you go by a Buffalo Wild Wings, stick your tongue out. Throw some eggs at the window.
Go in there and order some water. Sit down, take up a whole bunch of space, and order some water. Sit there for a while.
Bring your iPad.
I'll just
and
have
phone.
water for now.
Yeah, I'm deciding on what.
We should have a lot of people waiting outside.
Yeah.
For a table, and you can say,
Bring a busload of people out to that one, and just
Yeah. All right, y'all. That's all the time I have. I want to thank you for yours for the Black Asian Dude.
Yes, sir.
And Choose Views.
Yes.
How about that voice today? That voice today. Trust in the news in that voice.
Oh my God.
Tune into the family meeting every Sunday at 4. I'm your host, Eric Grant. Peace.
You know it's Steve, big CEO, sex OT, Mac game similar next to Goldie Flex. You might feel, man, creeping through your room late at night. It's heaven, but water better stead, so get it right. You be like that, it's that big man. We all up to life. Game airtight, while you caught up in the hype. That's right. F-Jiggy, Niggy be jiggy, baby you